What's up, Movement? Pastor Brandon here, and welcome to episode 2 of Movement Talks. Movement Talks is simply just a space and a place for us to discuss some of the questions you guys may have, that you may have DM'd me, asked me in passing, that we just haven't had enough time to dive deep into. And this topic that we're going to talk about, it's a pretty taboo topic. It's a topic not just high schoolers and youth deal with, but a topic across the board many people are wanting to know. How in the world am I supposed to live being single? Like, I want to boo, I want to bae, I want somebody to take cute pictures with, I want somebody to tag me on IG, I want the whole thing, I want the whole aesthetic. And it's actually a lot crazier now because of social media. All you see or you're constantly bombarded by is the aesthetic of relationships. And here's what I want to tell you. You don't need a relationship to make you happy. Like, you don't need it to make you happy. It's not going to make you more of what you're not. It just makes you more of what you already are. That's what relationships do. Like, they pull out of you who you already are. So we're not here to talk about that, but we are here to talk about how do you become happy, or how do you stay happy while being single. And I get it. With the constant bombardment of relationships being in your life, it kind of feels like it's like this miserable space. Or maybe because you've been dealt a bad hand due to some other relationships, like it's hurt even your singleness. And let me tell you this is one of the greatest pieces of advice somebody gave me during my time of being single. Your singleness is actually a gift. Like, it's truly a gift. It's a gift that if you maximize, man, you can become the best person that you need to become, so that when your relationship does come around, man, you're fully ready and prepared as best as you can be for that. But this is how I chose to stay happy in the midst of that. Psalm 27 verse 13 says this: "Yet I am confident I will see the Lord's goodness while I am here in the land of the living." And then verse 14 says, "Wait patiently for the Lord, be brave and courageous. Yes, wait patiently for the Lord." Now, that's a word we all struggle with, which is patience, because we want what we want and we want it right now. I want it right now, Pastor B. I want all that I want right now. But let me tell you, don't rush into something just because you want it now. Because I'm telling you, rushing into the relationship is actually going to make you more miserable than you might feel like you feel right now being single. And so one of the ways that I stayed, or helped me navigate my singleness and staying happy, was I focused on myself. Like, one of the things I did is I wrote like a list of a bunch of stuff that I wanted to accomplish, or things that I wanted to do. So I traveled a ton. I created new experiences in my life with my friends and my family. And I stopped focusing on where I wanted to go and what I wanted my life to look like, and started focusing on what my life was currently like in that current season. So I just maximized my time. I became the person I need to become. One of the things you can also ask yourself if you're navigating, like if you're feeling like you should be in a relationship, let me ask you this. Have you written a list of the type of person you would want to be with? And if you haven't, I suggest you do so. And then after you write that list, look at that list and really go, if I were to meet this person right now, am I the type of person that this person will want to be with? Like, that's a real question. If I met this person right now, am I the type of person that this person will want to be with? And if the answer is no, then you have some things that you can focus on. You have some things that you can work towards. But even in the midst of that, I would encourage you to enjoy the season of life. Like, enjoy where you're at right now. Become a better person in some of the areas you're weak. Experience some of the things that you want to experience. Listen, you don't need a relationship to experience life. I'm telling you, as somebody that is married, there's still some things I like to do by myself that I enjoyed doing before I was married. So enjoy the experiences. Live your life to the fullest. Max it out. Do all the things that you want to do. A relationship isn't going to make you happier. Once again, like I said earlier, it just brings out more of what's inside of you that you really kind of don't want to deal with. It's hard work. And it's a gift from God, and we love it. But also, your singleness is a gift from God. Listen to me here. Every season of your life is a gift. Every single season. Whether you're married, whether you eventually have kids, whether you're single now. And there's some things in this season that you're supposed to accomplish and that you're supposed to do. And so this is why I'm saying you have to trust God. And so what I would encourage you to do to find some happiness in this season is, hey, ask God, in this season, what have you called for me to do? Like, what are you placing on my heart that I can give my full attention to right now? On top of that, ask yourself, like, where's your relationship with God in that? Because that's where you're going to find true joy. Through your relationship with God, you're going to find true joy, true happiness, true peace that no relationship could feel. And so a lot of us are feeling like, I'm not feeling happy. And my question is like, how is your relationship with God? Because that can dictate a lot of the things that you're navigating. That can dictate some of the emotions that you're feeling. Listen, I know this isn't like some feel good, giving you some 3 tips that you should have so you can feel better about it. But the truth of the matter is this should be a season on self. How can I better myself? 1, that's through your relationship with God. 2, that's the type of life that you're creating for yourself right now. Don't just get so caught up in scrolling. Matter of fact, man, toss the phone out the window. Don't be careful what you're watching that's triggering some of those feelings. You know, when I was single, I had to stop watching the rom-coms because I'm like, man, I don't have nobody like this movie. I'd stop looking and following people who are relationship goals on the internet. Like, I controlled everything as much as I could of what I was putting in, because what I was putting in was creating a longing of the thing that I didn't quite have yet. And so what was happening, or what could happen in the midst of that, is you start settling for things or people that you don't have to settle for. Listen, I believe God has picked somebody and handpicked somebody that is amazing and incredible for you. That God has a relationship that is going to be glorifying to Him, and it's going to be a great one for you. But let's not rush into that. And let me just break the myth. Like, you can be happy without finding that person. You can truly be happy without finding that person. But that starts with your relationship with God, and that starts with trusting Him and being patient for everything that He has for you in your life. And I'm telling you, in this season of singleness, man, maximize it. Enjoy every bit of it. Enjoy every step of the way. Live your life to the fullest. So I'm going to encourage you, write some things down that you really would want to do, some things you really want to accomplish, and man, go attack some of those. Go after those in a healthy way, of course. But I'm telling you, start living your life for God and living your life for you. And I promise you, some of the sadness that you're experiencing will go away, because for once, you're not worrying on what you think you should have, but you're worrying about what you have right now. Well, I hope that helps you. Hopefully that was somewhat encouraging. Once again, thank you for stopping by Movement Talks. I'll see you next episode. Peace.